Namaskar everyone, welcome to Sunday. It amazes me that God is within all of us, very immediate and very present. But we still feel disconnected from God. What do you think about that? That God is with you in every breath that you take, every footstep that you make, every heartbeat. God is with you. Do you live in that presence? Or do you live ignorant of the presence of God within you in every moment? And when you get caught in the ego's drive for pleasure and power, does God come into the picture? Are you aware of God then? When your ego is having fun, however it is, are you aware of God in those moments? When you're having fun with the food and enjoying the taste and indulging, do you remember God then? Is God there or is God absent? And when you are facing difficulties, broken relationships, sorrow, disappointments, is God there or not? When is God not there? So are you living the God-conscious life? Are we living God-consciously? How do you feel without that awesome presence of the divine with you in every moment? God makes all the difference. Absolutely all the difference. What is your relationship with this God we speak about? What is your relationship? When you wake up in the morning, open your eyes to a new day, do you relate to the divine at all? Gratitude. Thank you for allowing me to experience another day. Is there gratitude in our heart? So you just get up from the bed and fling the sheet off and have fun in the way you think that you do. Getting up with worry or pursuit of pleasure. Is God remembered? What is your concept of God? Do you have to bring a picture to the mind and that's how you relate to God? Do you have to go to a murti or to a statue for you to remember God or to pray? Do you have to close yourself in a room and then you can make some connection with the God that you believe in? Can you pray in your toilet? Can you even have a relationship with God there? Do you need to shower to go to God? Oh, God is already with you. What is our concept of God? Do we need to go to a temple to pray? If we believe we need to, then that's how it becomes. As we think, so we become. As we think, so we. You live because of God. You breathe because of God. You think because of God. You walk because of God. Because the very power that moves your being is God. The very power that moves your being, the power that comes out of my voice is God. The one who looks through my eyes is God. The one who speaks with my voice is God. The one who experiences the world through this body is God. God is me. God is us. God is everything. God is in every moment. God is everywhere. So prayer does not begin when we sit in a temple and repeat a scriptural verse. The moment we open our eyes to a new day, God is looking through our eyes. But we think it is we, the ego. So the journey to God for the ignorant is to think that God is some superpower somewhere. And so there are so many prayers and offerings to this God that we fear that is somewhere. This mighty God. That we create in our imagination and then we pray, then give power to that and pray. That's the ignorant concept of God. But when we become a little more aware, we begin to realize that God is within. That God becomes a power that lives within us. We begin to feel the presence of a power within us. That's when we become a little more conscious of where the divine is. In my own life, I was intellectually aware that God is everywhere. But only when spiritual awakening happened, in the ashram of the Master, then I became aware of an inner power. And that truly started my journey towards finding God. I began to feel a constant presence of love within my being. The moment I go to my heart, I could feel this overwhelming love coming out of my being. And I said, oh my God, yeah, God is love. And just to feel that cleansing nature of that love, to feel this beautiful presence of love coming out of my own being, not love as in physical pleasure, that's not love, but this beautiful feeling that comes from our heart, that drives us to love others, to think purely, to want to be clean at every level. That is where it is. The Christ said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall experience God. He said see, but see means experience. Patanjali says, if you clear the waves of thinking and you can bring the mind into balance, you will experience God right within your own being. God will manifest within your own being. Can you then believe that God is within us? Are you awakened enough as yet to feel that God is within you as a higher self, as a greater consciousness, as a presence within you, as a power within you? Are you awakened enough to experience that? And do you desire to experience more of that? Why would we want to experience more of that? Because where that experience is, there is more peace, there is more love, there is more goodness, there is more wisdom, there is more vitality. Everything you could want and wish for, it's right within your own being. So my desire became to experience that God power and God presence in me in every moment. I didn't want a moment to be there and I was separated from that power. That was my desire. And ultimately, that same power guided me because I listened into the super experience of realizing that my ego is nothing but God is everything. That the power that drives my inner being is everything. And my ego had to be humble to that power. But in such a beautiful way. How did my ego become humble? By saying, you and I are one. You and I are one. I'm nothing without you. And the only being who made that possible was the Guru. In the Guru, connecting to the Guru gave me that feeling that you and I are one. I am you, you are me. I made my ego a part of the experience. That purified my ego until only the divine was there and the ego disappeared. And so long as we have the human experience, the ego will reappear. But it's no longer the same. It's completely saturated with the divine. Remember Christ's words when he says, I do it nothing except through the will of the Father. The Hindus say, Shivoham, Soham. That ego awareness and the divine are one. That's how we realize God. And that's how we can keep God in every moment. But until you can get there, use your mind to remember God. You're with me. You're with me. Give me the awareness that you're with me. Make me believe that you are with me. You're with me. Affirm that which the Masters say is true. What they have experienced to be truth. Affirm it. Affirm it. And use the mantras that resonate with you, the one that you feel power in. And hold on to that. Hold on to that throughout your day. And if you can, throughout your life. There's no moment, not a single moment when God is forgotten in my consciousness. Every action has God in it. Every thought has God in it. Every feeling has God in it. And that is possible for you, if only you can believe in the possibility that you and God could be one. Today we fight in the name of God. We have so much differences in the name of God. But that is not God. That's a false God. Anything that could divide humanity is not real. It's false. That which is real brings us together, creates harmony, gives us the consciousness of caring. Look how much animals around are suffering. Human beings too. Look at the environment. We have degraded it in the name of civilization and progress. But nature gets the better of us all the time. Nature will react to man's ignorance. Because it is when we pray, rains fall at the right time. We chanted the prayer this morning, may the rains fall at the right time. When we get back to nature, when we get back into God consciousness and seeing the God everywhere, experiencing the God as ourselves and everyone else, when that happens, then we can have a better world. Then we can have a better world. So if you look around you now, you can really understand that this is Dwapara Yuga, the Yuga of fight and battle. like in the Mahabharata. That's what you have in this world. You cannot trust people. You cannot trust humanity as it is. All these literature about health. Oh my goodness me. Everybody's opinion is out there as truth. When we are all individually designed, and what works for one may not work for the other. You can try it out, but you have to find your own, what works for you. But the message is, know who you are. The most powerful, the most potent question is, who am I? Am I the body? Am I the mind? Am I my thought? Am I my emotion? Am I the ego? What am I? Ask yourself that question and never stop until you begin to realize all that you are. And trust only those you can feel in oneness with. You can vibrate in the divine with, vibrate in goodness with. Those who you can feel one with. Those are the only ones you can trust because they are like yourself. They are an extension of you. Those who ask you to believe something, be careful. Believe only in what you experience to be true. Truth is an experience, not a belief. But I simply wanted to say, take a closer walk with God. That God is you and you are God. Like the spark and the fire. The spark will never be the fire in its fullness, but it will be as potent, it could create a fire. One spark could create a fire. The spark has potency. We are that spark of the divine. We have divine potency. My every thought is potent. My every emotion is potent. My every action can be potent with the power of God. And I can start a fire. So can you. We can create such a fire that we can light up the world. We can light up the body. Believe in what you can be. Listen to the words of the wise. And don't be foolish. And follow the ways of the material world. Don't be foolish. And remember the secret. That if you can stay God conscious, everything that you need and want will come to you in the perfect way. Do you even think of that as a possibility? That if you be God conscious, everything you want and need will come to you in the perfect way. That has been so with my life. I gave all my energies to finding the divine. And the experience of the divine, as it grew, everything that I needed and wanted came to me in the perfect way. May that be so with you. May you realize it. I just want to wish you a happy Sunday, everybody. Forgive me for saying all these things, but I hope you get something from it. Let me wish you a wonderful and happy Sunday. It's a marvelous world if only we can see it. And if we can stay God conscious. It's a marvelous world. Despite whatever is out there. It is a marvelous world. With God, all things are possible. And with God, we can enjoy the human experience, despite its frailties. Body will age, body will get sick, body will recover. It is the Spirit that drives everything. Believe in the power of the Spirit within you. Have a blessed Sunday, everyone. Namaskar.